to Jacob Frankel's senior exhibition. And the way this works is Jacob will give his 10-minute presentation, and then we'll ask for any questions that you guys have. And after that, we're going to ask you to all leave while the panel deliberates and see if Jacob makes standards. So let's get started.
Okay. Good morning, everyone. My name is Jacob Frankel. This is my senior exhibition, and my topic is performance magic. My essential question is, how can learning the trade of performance magic help me to improve myself as an actor? Acting is something that I've been doing since maybe 6th grade or so. It's something that I really has grown on me as I've grown up, and I thought, if I could improve myself as an actor, what better, what better way to do it than in my senior exhibition? So let's talk real quickly about what magic is. I'm not a wizard. I'm not Harry Potter. Hate to say it. The Illustrated History of Magic, this large tome, has a good little description. It says, oops, apparently I don't know how to use sticky notes. All magic is illusion, but illusion among conjurers is a term applied to feats with human beings, large animals, or sizable pieces of apparatus. Mentalism encompasses simulated telepathy, clairvoyance, or other marvels in which the mind, rather than skill or equipment, seems to produce results. Secret devices the audience, okay, really don't know how to use sticky notes, do I? Secret devices the audience does not see are called gimmicks. So what we're really getting at is that it's all fake. Hate to say it, but the big thing about magic is that it provides that illusion. Now, magic's pretty big in media. We have, like I said, wizards, Harry Potter, Merlin, but then you have people like Penn and Teller. You have some modern famous people like David Blaine, of course, Harry Houdini in sort of earlier times. And this is the kind of magic that I pursued. I didn't try to learn how to ride a broom. My prior knowledge on magic was actually pretty limited. I knew 2 card tricks, one of which was pretty cool, but that was it. I knew 2 card tricks. I had a basic understanding of sort of sleight of hand, which is like weird tricks and manipulating things. I knew how to handle something called a Svengali deck, which is it's a deck of cards that does a certain kind of illusion, which is actually pretty cool. And I took a magic class like the summer of 6th grade, and that was pretty cool, but I didn't remember. I knew how to do the cups and ball trick. It's all gone. But real quick, before we get into everything else, the process, having not done magic in years, I'm going to do some magic right now. So I'm going to start out with something that is pretty trustworthy. This is a completely unopened deck of cards. Brandon, I'm going to let you look at that. Just to tell everyone, just to confirm, unopened. There's no like rips or anything. I didn't hot glue it back together. I don't own a hot glue gun. So, and I didn't get a grant for this, so I wouldn't have bought one. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to open it. There's a Bicycle has this wonderful thing where they give you this little seal that you can unwrap, but it never works. So opening cards is probably the most frustrating thing there is. So when you open and you get it out of this cellophane wrap, if you can get it out of the cellophane wrap, there we go. There is a, oh, it's not even out. There is a seal on the deck of cards, which is slowly coming out of this hellish wrap. There we go. All right, good enough. So Brandon, can you confirm that that is an unopened seal?
Yep.
No rips? All right, so we're going to open it, because otherwise I can't really get the cards, can I? So in opening our deck of cards, oh, it's such a good feeling. Love it. Every deck of cards, for Bicycle anyway, which generally the best, comes with these two sort of advertisement cards, like us on Facebook, Twitter, YouTube. They, download our app, all that. You also have two jokers, which are generally taken out depending on what game you have, including a guarantee joker, which tells you that if you have a defective card, mail that card with the ace of spades and they'll send you a new deck. Pretty cool. And then we have the deck in what is called new deck order. So we start at the ace of hearts and it goes down. Actually, it goes up. It goes ace 2 and it ascends through the aces, then into the clubs. It's hard to see when I'm not looking at them. Then we have in the center, right here, the Kissing Kings, where it sort of switches from descending to ascending. So you have, descending. So you have the king, and it goes down all the way into the ace of spades. So basically, that's how you know it's a new deck and all that stuff. So Brandon, what I'm going to have you do, Brandon, I think, is a more than willing volunteer. I'm going to have you go ahead and, like any good magic trick, pick a card when you feel ready. All right, and you can show everyone, including me, I've seen this trick before. All right, so he has the 3 of clubs, is that correct?
Big club.
All right, awesome, 3 of clubs. So what we're gonna do now is I'm gonna have you go ahead and decide where you wanna put it. I just did a little cut, so there sort of makes it right there. All right, get it right there. All right, so we're gonna put it back in the deck, but actually we're gonna flip it over so we can see it, because we wanna, it's called locating your card. So we're gonna put it in the deck, and then I'm gonna cut it a few times, okay? And you can go ahead and tell me when to stop whenever. Whenever you feel like it, All right, great. I do have a time limit. All right, so now this is the cool part of the trick. So what we'll do is we'll go and we'll find where your card is after all the cuts and where you chose to put your card. And we have the 3 of clubs right here. The interesting thing is if I flip it over, put it back, you'll notice it's right where it belongs. Whoa. Right back in the deck where you put it, perfectly with the rest of the clubs. So that's a pretty simple trick. It was one that my mentor taught me. It was good. So Brandon, thank you. So Brandon, do me a favor, and do you know how to shuffle cards?
Yes.
All right, if you would do me a huge favor, shuffle these cards a bit, and then when you're done, put them in the box, and I'll take them from you. Just it makes it so I have one less thing to do. So that was something that I was taught by my mentor, Bryce Lambert, magician extraordinaire. Bryce Lambert actually approached me at the drama festival, the regional, with a magic trick and said, I heard you're doing magic for your senior X, let me show you something. And he showed me this crazy trick. Griffin Graves was there. We were blown away. And then he taught us how to do it. And he wasn't actually my first choice for a mentor, but my first choice lived in Brewer. He didn't even want to teach a 15, or I'm not 15, I'm 17. He didn't want to teach a 17-year-old who didn't know his own age, and he's like, all right, I don't know. And it was hard, but Bryce Lambert lives right in town, so it was pretty easy for me. And he also did theater here at the MDI, here at the high school when he was in high school. So I thought, that's great. He's a performer as well. All right, Brandon has finished shuffling the cards. We'll leave those out. Thank you. All right, I'm just gonna put these away for now. So he showed me a lot of cool tricks, and he showed me how to do all these different things that magicians need to know how to do. And he actually two tricks, I think, that he showed me how to do, I have adapted for a trick I'll show you at the end. Moving on to my process. Doing it was basically a pretty simple thing. The first thing I did, though, was research. I needed to learn tricks. I needed to learn, where these came from. I mean, decks of cards are ancient, instruments of, magic and games and all sorts of things, and obviously used for winning money and bets and stuff. But what else are you gonna do? I hit the books hard. I have all these. I used the Complete Idiot's Guide to Street Magic, which I don't consider myself a complete idiot, but it worked. It helped. So this was really good because this taught me not only ways to do tricks, but it also sort of it tells you ways to deliver tricks, because it's all about street magic, and so great ways of blowing people's mind with really simple tricks. And then Miss Dillon actually was kind enough. She had this in her classroom, I guess, and I learned a couple card tricks from this, and even some coin tricks. But I'm awful at coin tricks, so we'll pretend. Also, the internet was huge in this, especially. This YouTube channel, MissMag822, or the Card Trick Teacher, he has a collaborative website as well as his own YouTube channel. And he actually kind of sparked this whole process, because I don't know how, but some night I was on the weird part of YouTube, and I ended up on one of his tutorial videos for how to do a card trick. And it was really cool. And I was like, I like this a lot. And then once I had done all that, I started showing off. And thank you to Gabe Candich for taking this picture with me, because I realized I didn't have pictures in my process. That's Gabe Candich picking a card. So an important part of this is how I can show the learning. And there's really 3 major ways to show my learning, or to do this also. The first part was learning tricks, and I've talked to you a bit about how I did that, research. There's learning them, there's practicing, which is something I did on my own a lot, which was basically, it's the worst thing is you do a card trick to yourself. Just be like, oh, pick a card, oh, ace of spades, haha. It's, But and then if it doesn't work, it's the worst feeling to not even be able to do a card trick to yourself. It's like oh, that should be the ace of spades, and you know. But then finally performing them, I had a lot of opportunities. Just you have a pack of cards with you in your backpack, and you're like, who wants to see a magic trick? And everyone groans. But actually, one thing though with the performing and practicing, I had this accident this one time. I was getting ready for my practice presentation, and I was excited, and I was practicing with my mom, and I opened the pack of red cards like I just did to do that trick, and then I realized, wait, now I don't have an unopened pack of red cards. So she actually was nice enough to buy me a couple and bring them to the school, which was really saved me, but that was nice. And so that's sort of where where all the work in the project was. The project itself evolved from actually last semester, because this is my second try at a Senior X. I didn't have anything last semester, really. I tried to do this religious study thing, and I never got an essential question, and it was awful. I was floundering and lost, and I didn't know what to do, and I was like, all right, I can do something this semester. Maybe I'll get into politics or something. And then I realized, I don't want to get into politics. Why would I do that? And so I had to go back and just think, what do I love? What is Jacob Frankel, And the answer really was performing. I love on stage acting, playing music, show choir, speech team, all that stuff that I've done, and it's a hobby and a passion because I can go out and if I don't get arrested, I can play banjo on the side of the park, which is legal if you have more than one person. Fun fact. But if you just do stuff, I can do that. But I can also, it's something that I've really applied at school because it's basically the only extracurriculars I do here. So. Basically, the big question is, so what? My essential question, again, how can learning the trade of performance magic help me to improve myself as an actor? The answer comes in two major sort of clumps. The first is presence, and the second is improvisation. So presence, I love this, I love Keynote. Presence has really, the reason I have that is acting is a lot different than just doing performance magic, because when you're doing performance magic, you're right there. I was right with Brandon, and the little things you say, I've seen this trick before. Little things, you have to be there. It isn't just okay, pick a card, okay, cool, and then you do, is this your card? You have to say things, you gotta be there, and you have to really add to it, or else the trick isn't quite as impressive. It's just oh, you found my card, great. But when you're really there, and you're really in the moment, it really moves the trick along. And I think I definitely sort of improved from being sort of introverted at first and just pick a card, to really getting myself out there. And that really helps on stage. The second, which is really important, is improvisation. Improvisation is huge in magic. If I have time at the end, I'll show you an improv trick, which is a quick second thing. But in a lot of ways, either the tricks require you to basically come up with things as you go, which is hard, or you make up a story. There's a couple tricks I do where I do that. But overall, improv is key. If you get messed up, yeah, that's the word. If you get messed up during a magic trick, you have to figure out a way to, oh, it didn't work. You gotta figure something out, or else you just kill your whole performance. And improvisation was not something I was super, strong on when it came to just acting, in theater games and stuff. So I think this has really helped me with that. So to put it in sort of a paragraph form, the big answer is, learning the trade of performance magic has improved my skills as an actor on stage by refining and honing my abilities to be present, energetic, and to be ready to handle any outcome through improvisation. So, where am I going to go from here? Well, as of right now, I'm a proud University of Southern Maine Husky, where I will be taking a theater minor to go along with my major in secondary education. I definitely plan to continue learning magic, performing it. It's just something you can always have. I can parties. If I had siblings, I could be that uncle, but I don't. And also, I get to take everything I've learned and just put it into everything else I do. So finally. Thank you. Thank you to my mentor, Bryce Lambert, Mr. P and Miss Dillon for teaching the class, for doing the this whole thing, this festival. My parents for like sighing and watching my tricks. Ian Graham and Sam Reeves for being the first people to actually see my tricks. And that was actually pretty rough because Sam Reeves would go, he'd pick a card and he'd go, it's the Joker. And you'd go, okay, well now we have to start over. And everyone for coming out here. So I'm gonna sort of do almost like a final thesis thingy. I guess. I'm gonna take our pack of cards which Brandon so wonderfully shuffled. Thank you, Brandon. So Brandon, would you want to do this again? All right, this is pretty cool. So this is a combination of 2 tricks which Bryce Lambert taught me. So what I'm going to have you do is we're going to mix up the deck in a different way this time by taking a few cards from the top and flipping them over, okay? So go ahead and do that. All right, great, and put them on the top. Now to mix it up even more, take a slightly larger pack and flip them all over. And then what we'll do is we'll choose you your card. So, all right, you got the 6 of hearts, which I absolutely hate, so we're not going to use that. What we'll do is we will use the first one that's face down after you've did the mixing up. And I don't want to see this, so go ahead and take that. You can show it to everyone. I don't have any mirrors. I'll just stand like this. Tell me when you're all set and not looking at it.
Okay.
We all good? Okay, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to have you go ahead and put that card anywhere back in the deck without me seeing. I don't even need to know where it goes. All right, you all set? I'll straighten it out. All right, then I'm going to give him a quick toss shuffle thing, which Luke Krebs taught me how to do. Thank you, Luke Krebs. And now what I want, actually I'm going to have someone else go ahead and see if you can do some magic, and we're going to maybe try to find his card. So go ahead and when you're ready, just tap one. When you're ready. This one? All right, cool. So what I'm going to do is we're going to do a quick talk. So I'm going to take this, I'm going to put it right there, and I'm going to put this on top, okay? So I don't know if you're seeing it, but I'm going to put this on top. You got that? All right. All right, great. So what we did, we'll go over, this is a big part of magic, is going over everything you did in the trick. We flipped up the cards, sort of tossed them around. You picked a card. Hopefully everyone saw it. I don't know what that card is. Then we put it back in the deck, tossed it. You picked another card, and honestly, I don't think you found it. That's just me. I mean, there's statistics. Also, I'm the magician here, not you, so that's okay. I don't think you found it. What I think you found was kind of close. I think you might have found the Jack of Hearts, maybe? I think his card is something different, but I think you found the Jack of Hearts. I was right. So you have the Jack of Hearts. Now, Brandon, she was really close. Because you picked the 10 of Hearts, didn't you? But here's the thing. It's okay because your card is still there, right on the back of the box.
Oh, wow, that is 10 of heart. That is great.
There we go. All right. So that is a combination. Do I have a second to do a really quick improv trick, or because
Sure. And we also want to address questions. One more quick trick.
Okay, yeah, this is quick. I don't even need any volunteers for this. So this is an example of a improv trick, which you might see. This is one of the worst tricks to do. This is called the 26 card trick because we need 26 cards. So I count out 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26 cards. Okay, so now that we've got that, we have our 26 cards on here. Fun fact, 26 cards is exactly half a deck. 52 divided by 2. I took basic math. We're going to hold on to these for now, and we're going to take these 26 cards, and we're going to do something called making 10s. I don't know who came up with this, but it's pretty cool. So that's an 8. So to make 10, we go 9, 10. 10? Okay, we got a 10. And then a queen we count as a 10. Great, we've made 10s. We're going to put the rest on the top, and we're going to add those up. So if a queen counts as a 10, and a 10 counts as a 10, and an 8 counts as a 8, we have 18. So what we'll do, 20, 28. Thank you. I took basic math. I didn't do well in basic math. So we have 28, so I'm going to find the 28th card in here. So the way we're going to do that is we're going to completely ignore the fact that we have these two clubs, because clubs are evil. Also because we have 2 of them, so they cancel out. We have a 10, and it's a 10 of diamonds. So I'm going to say probably we're going to have a diamonds. And because we have 2 cards here, we're going to divide the 10 by 2, so we're going to have the 5 of diamonds. If that doesn't make sense, you didn't pay attention right. So, 28th card, we're going to count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, and if I was right, this should be the 5 of diamonds, which it is. So there you go. Right. So thank you very much. And just so that you can see it, there is my bibliography. We're excited and all that. So.
Questions, please. Yes.
I found that to be incredibly impressive, and I've never really seen magic like done in person. So that was awesome. And I think the whole presentation was really good, and it seemed very natural. Yeah. Okay. Well, that wasn't a question, but. So.
Thank you.
Any other questions?
Have you ever done any tricks with money?
I haven't. I've watched a few videos that teach you how to do those, but I've never had a chance to.
Well,
Okay.
very good.
Thank you.
Jacob, you have to get used to